If people have a problem with you for just being you, it's not your problem. I met a friend a couple of days ago, and she wanted to be honest with me about something that I do. What do I do? It's I ask questions, not normal questions. Some of them are very normal from my point of view, and some of them meant to make the conversation way more interesting than how are you? Well, great. Weather? Yes, weather. Politics? Yes. So instead of asking you is everything's all right, I will ask you how do you feel? And I'm not only going to ask you how do you feel about like, hey, what's going on? You will share with me something that happened in your life, and I will ask you, oh, how do you feel about making this decision? How do you feel about doing something? This is the thing that you're telling me about. How do you feel about thinking this way? This is what I'm going to ask you. Why? Because for me, first of all, this is what true connection and friendships look like. I act towards people the same way that I would be happy for people to act towards me. So I ask questions and show that I care by doing that. And I obviously would be very happy if people would do the same for me. And this is the important key. I don't do to other people what I wouldn't like other people to do to me. So I'm very aware of what I'm doing. My friend told me that these questions, when I ask these things, or maybe I ask some other questions that in my opinion are super fun, such as what is, like I took it from Vanessa Van Edwards, that if you what is a character from any movie, real or fiction, character that you see yourself in, that it's similar to who you are now. So I think it's such a cool question. And I have also 27 questions that I've created a video that I made about it. That are just some cool questions that you don't know to where it will take the conversation, because it make you think. So my friend told me that people, literally like that, people don't want to think. People want to have conversations that they're like basic conversation without any depth in it. And I don't understand what depth she's talking about, because when I'm asking how do you feel about the decision that you made, about the thought that you have, about something that you're going through in your life, it's not deep. For me it's basic. When I'm asking those questions, that for me, in my opinion, make the conversations interesting, and it's because also I want to have interesting conversations. I don't give a shit about, hey, how are you? Yeah, okay. No, I don't want to stay in the basic level. My goal is just to make the conversation interesting and to develop real relationships, and not polite. It's lying. Don't want to lie. So I want true, real, like relationships. And hello, and this is my opportunity to show who I am, and the people who love it will go with it. The people who hate it will leave. And for me, it's wonderful because I am showing who I am, not to hurt you, not to make you feel uncomfortable. Just I want to also be me, and I want to allow myself to talk about whatever other people also like want to talk about. If everybody allowed to ask whatever they want and say whatever they want, I also want to do it. And I'm not like saying things, controversial things, or like I do say controversial things, but I'm not doing it to make people feel uncomfortable. I'm doing it just to make people think. And in a conversation, I'm very aware of the other person. And this is all of my goals. So she told me that people don't want to think. People want to stay at the surface level. People don't want to be deep. And people will have a problem with me being like that, with the questions that I'm asking. And I said, for me, it's basic questions like what? If I'm not going to ask these questions, so what? So just shut the fuck up? Because people feel, she said, people feel uncomfortable because they feel that they have to answer me. No, they don't. No one have to do something for me. Everybody have the right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody have the right to say whatever they want. Same as for me. Yes, I have the right to ask whatever I want. And I'm not responsible on how other people feel and react. And I told this to her. She said that people feel that they have to answer me, and she was like saying that one of our friends like gave this reaction to a question that I asked, like such as how do you feel? And I said, well, it's not my problem if the other person feels uncomfortable with me asking this question. It's not that I am making him feel uncomfortable. It's the other person feels uncomfortable from the question. That's it. I have the right to ask, and the other person have the right to say, I don't want to answer it. And both of the things are okay. And I said, and you know what? The other person is like 7 years older than me, the other friend. She can deal with it. She's a grown-up. I should not, and no one should walk around this earth and think how to manage grown people emotions. Because I told her, I can't control your emotions. I can't control how everybody feel around me. I wish I could, because then I would choose everybody feel great, feel happy, collaborate with the questions that I ask. Woohoo! No, it's not going to happen. Some people love it, some people don't. Some people hate it. I have no control. The only control that I do have is the questions that I ask, and to be aware of why do I do that. Do I do that to make myself feel better and hurt other people, or do I do that to just truly make the conversations, the environment better, more interesting? And I know, like she said, but you know that most of the people like in the society, yeah. And I can tell you for sure that many of the people who like live by the society rules, sit and wait for some interesting things. Sit and wait for opportunities to talk about fucking interesting things. Sit and wait for opportunities to think, to share wonderful stories, to share wonderful insights. Because I'm practicing asking unique questions for years. 90% of the people love it. Love it. Because it's not only the question that just makes you stop and think about why do you do stuff or something lovely. The thing is that you are having the spotlight on you, and people wait to have a true spotlight on them and share some lovely experiences that they had. Like, one of my favorite questions of all time to ask people, it's, can you share with me something that you wish you could share more frequently, just a story that you love to share but you don't have the opportunity to share it? And people just light up, because then finally they have the opportunity to share a lovely story. And when you meet people for the first time and you ask this question, you can hear the most craziest stories, funny, interesting stories, and from that you can go on an adventure while sitting with one another and having one of the greatest conversations you will have. And maybe it will be like for 3 hours and 10 minutes, but you will remember this person. Hello again! This person, this conversation forever as a lovely conversation. You maybe will not even remember the person's face, but you will remember the conversation. This is how much impact the questions you ask, it's the way that you are listening, active listening, communication skills have. And one of the things that I've thought about lately is, I'm not going to take advices or to match myself to social rules about communication, because the social rules about communication is like fucked up. They have no clue about real communication skills. Having this basic talk with your friends, it's fucked up, in my opinion, from my perspective. First of all, for me, it's not friends. I can call people friends that I have, like, that they are so suspicious and like you can't know anything about them, and everything is like crossing their boundaries, and everything is like walking on eggshells because everything makes them upset, uncomfortable, angry, blah 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 blah. I've been there. I've been around those people. I hated every second. Hello again. I hated every second of it. I hated every second of matching to people who don't know what even it feels like to match to me, because they never tried. They never tried to match to other people. I don't want to match myself to people who have zero communication skills, zero emotional intelligence. I'm not aware of the are not aware of the outside world. Because if I will match them, I will become them. I don't want to become like them. These are not the people who I want to learn from, who I want to live their life. And I understand that my friend said these things because she cared about me. She cared about what people think about me. And I said something that it took me a lot of courage to say, and I'm so proud of myself. And she said, like, she was thinking on how to say, like, she was like, she felt uncomfortable saying that, because I understand that she just thinking to herself, like, if I don't think about what other people think about me, asking questions, and asking questions that are not normal in their point of view. In my point of view, it's very normal. This is the thing. Every point of view is different. Every reality is different. If other people see the reality in a different way, it doesn't mean I have to match them. It doesn't mean that there is right or wrong. It means that there is just different. Okay? So this is why I sit there and I'm aware of how I feel. I said to her that I have no control on how other people feel. I wish I had. I don't mean to make people feel uncomfortable. I don't mean to hurt people. It's not an excuse, but I know that what I am doing is just asking questions. That's it. I'm not rubbing the truth in your face. I'm not like trying to like, what is the painfulest thing that your mother said to you that you can't overcome until this day? No, that's not the questions that I'm asking. I'm aware of what I am saying, and I'm aware of reading the other people, because I'm practicing communication skills for reals, and I encourage you to do so as well. If it's not in the norm, it doesn't mean that the norm is right and you are wrong. It means that most of the people in the society are not practicing communication skills, are not aware of the basic communication skills, that it's asking questions and listening. This is the basic thing to have wonderful communications. This is the way that you can make people love you without even knowing you. This is the key. This is the thing. The only thing that I had to do is ask questions, and people just loved me. No, they didn't love me. They loved how I made them feel, because I love to make people shine around me. And the thing is that I will make you feel like a superstar. And these days, I've learned also to give myself a place, and give myself also a place to shine as well. Not only give other people what they want. I'm not going to give people what they want. I'm not going to match to other people. I am giving people the place to truly shine, to share, to feel like stars, to show how interesting they are, to think, to go on this rabbit hole of our souls that is lovely. And if people are afraid of that, it's none of my business. It's not my problem. And then she like tried to say how she feels, what she's afraid of will happen. And I said, you are afraid that I will keep being me, be acting like that, and will have no friends, because no one would like to be around me. And again, I want to cry in saying that, because obviously no one wants to feel not lovable, not seen, you know. But I said to her, listen, when I matched, most of my life, I was matching people. I stopped only recently. And I'm still practicing it, because here I'm practicing what I preach. Okay, I will not tell you to go and be yourself and will match to other people. No, I'm also practicing it. I know how it feels like. So I said, when we all match other people, we are not loved. How can I be loved if I'm not showing who I really am? I am matching the other person. I'm saying what the other person expects me to say. I'm doing what the other person expects me to do. There's no love. There's no also love with conditions. Love with conditions is fucking bullshit. Love, it's love. If it comes with conditions, it's not love. Okay? Maybe it's the person himself who I have to match to loves how it feels like to be himself, but he doesn't love me. He loves that I agree with him, but they don't love you. So I said, obviously that you don't feel loved, obviously that you don't feel seen. You're invisible. You're disguising yourself. So why would I compromise? Because it's compromising for this. This is what I worth. Like, what? I'm such a like crap that being who I truly am, it's fucking shit and horrible that I must match to other people to feel like that people like to be worthy of having some people around me and don't even know who I am and don't want to know who I am. This is what I should like expect in my life? No. And when I said that, I said, I'm 28 years old. It means that I'm old enough to take care of myself. It means that I'm aware of my actions. And I said, I had all of those years since I quit my job to follow my dreams, to be alone with myself, alone with my thoughts, with my feelings for such a long time. I'm still with them. But the hard part, I hope so, was before me. I started this journey of finding who I truly am 8 years ago when I was 20 years old. And when you quit your job and you're always by yourself and you still you thought that you have a clue, but then you have no clue, and you feel torn between what you should do and what you've learned until this day, how you should live in this world. And on the other side, I want to follow my heart and this deep, strong feeling to keep going, although I have no clue to where, and I'm in the unknown zone, and what the hell is going on, and who am I, and all of the shitty beliefs and thoughts that was hunting me for years coming alive. And I looked at her and I said, I want to cry again. Not thank you for my body. Because here you see it's possible to feel everything, it's okay. And that's what I told her. I said, I'm so happy that I have the courage to say it out loud, that okay, people will not want to be my friends if I will be myself. It's fucking painful, you don't want to say it, you don't want to think about that, but some people will want to be my friends for just being me. This is the thing. Some people would not want to, but some people would. And I said, you see, I'm crying. It was painful for me to say it, but at the same time, I have the courage to fucking say it out loud. I have the courage to sit with my emotions. I have the courage to let them go and say it, and say that I am okay with that. I am okay with being disliked, with being hated by people who don't accept me as who I am. While I know that what I'm doing, it's not physically hurting people or purposely hurting people, I'm not taking any energy from anyone. I know that I'm always fully charged with energy, 100%. And if I'm not, so I'm aware of it and I'm charging myself. I know it. I'm not taking energy from anybody else. My goal is to just make people shine. And I said to her, I know what are the consequences of being myself, of allowing myself to ask questions, of allowing myself to be the unfiltered observer. I know what the consequences, and I choose this path because I also know what the consequences of matching other people, of being invisible, of not knowing what true love is. I know what is the consequences of people pleasing, of being afraid of what people will think about me. I know it. I know both worlds, and I choose to be me. I choose it. And I said, if people will have a problem with that and they will talk shit about me behind my back, it shows who they are. If they are answering in front of my face and then talk shit, well, they answered. We are grown people. We are responsible on our own emotions. I'm not responsible on others people's emotions, other grown-ups. I am responsible, I will be, when I will have kids, I will be responsible on how they will feel. Also, I will not know it from the beginning, but I will read each and one of them and match myself to each and one of them. But I can't know all of the boundaries and all of the traumas and all of the triggers from each and every person. And I will never know. And I'm not going to try because it's impossible. And I was so proud of myself of having the courage to say, this is who I am. I have changed. I know it because in the past I was matching and suddenly I stopped matching. So I said, I know that I've changed because she's a friend of mine for a long time. And I love myself. Fucking finally, I love myself. Finally, I see myself. Finally, I choose myself. Finally, I stopped acting towards myself like the people who I had to match to were acting towards me. Because I was ignoring my feelings, I was ignoring my thoughts, I was ignoring my needs, I was saying no to myself and yes to the people who I fucking hated. Finally, I am saying yes to myself. And I will continue saying yes to myself. Obviously, if it's with people who are very close to me and you sometimes need to sacrifice from one another, but it's supposed to be mutual. It's not always me sacrificing for the other person. In this case, this is not a fucking relationship. It's a commander and a soldier. I don't want to be this kind of whatever it is. But a person that I don't fucking know or barely know or not a close friend of mine has a problem with me and doesn't say it to me to my face. It's grown people, because this thing, we are all, yeah, I know we are all children within us with a subjective point of view. So go to a shrink, work on yourself, because if you will ignore the things that brings you pain, those things will control you more and more and more with the years. It means that they will bring you more and more and more pain with the years. If you want to be aware of the things, and then you can decide how to react towards your thoughts, towards your feelings, you have to be aware of the things that are haunting you. You have to be aware on the things that created your beliefs, your habits of thinking, of behaving, your patterns. You have to be aware of them. And if you have problem with some things, meaning that some of the things bring you pain, you have the power to change them. It will take a while. Okay, then. I always said it's better for it to take a while, and then finally you have the fucking courage like I have now to sit there, not taking it personally, not getting offended, just understanding where is it coming from, understanding why she's saying it to me. I understand that people just show you. Also, she showed me her fears about how she sees the world. And I said, okay, I understand it. I love you. I appreciate you for wanting to protect me. Because this is what she said. She said she wants to protect me. I said, you don't need to. I love you. You don't need to protect me. I can protect myself. And I am protecting myself. But I also allowing myself to be. I'm allowing myself to feel seen, to be loved. And if I will have to protect myself, I will. But I'm not in this fear mode and protect and watching and reading. No, I'm not afraid anymore. And it was amazing for me to be in this conversation, because I was like, oh my God, I truly have changed. Because in the past, I was like, what? Maybe I would, in the past, like not long a time ago, I would think that maybe I should stop and maybe I should change. No, why? First of all, why I have to change and the other person don't need to change? Why the person who has a problem, it's okay for him to have a problem and he will stay the same, and I, for like doing something that made him feel uncomfortable and made it makes people think this is the uncomfortable thing. I made the person think. Guys, we should all think. If we will stop thinking and live only on habits, you don't want to have Alzheimer or dementia or stuff like that. So think, obviously. So if this is the thing that made people uncomfortable, think it. Not my problem. I was so proud of myself, of feeling so confident in who I am now. And I've truly seen that the way that I'm giving the answer truly shows that I have changed, truly proves for me that my process was worth it. And it's amazing feeling to just sit there, to listen to the criticism, to even hearing this, like because I'm asking those questions or because I'm like a deep person who goes to the depths of my emotions, my thoughts, and my soul. So I'm like walking with my nose like that, and I said, no, I don't care. Like, if the other person sees me this way, it means that the other person think that I am better than him. I'm not thinking that I'm better than the other person, because if I am more deeper than the other person, it just means that this is my path. And in my path, I was ready already. And on the other person's path, he's not ready to go deep. And it's their life. That's all it says. And it just says that we're different. And it's amazing. We should all be different from one another. No one has to change, basically. Like, if you have a problem with thinking, it's your problem. But it doesn't mean that me asking the questions is a problem. There is just different. And if we will go together, we will go together. If we'll not, so we will go apart. There is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong in being you. It's only you. Some people will love it, some people will hate it. Even if you will try to match to other people, some people will still hate you. This is why it's worth it to be who you truly are, because people will, no matter what, some people will love you, some people will hate you, no matter who you will be. So just be who you are and stand for it, and be confident about it. You are who you are for a reason. I truly believe in that. And if I'm who I am for a reason, why go against it? Because someone said it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem, and this is what matters. I think it's beautiful. I think that this is how it's supposed to be, because this is how it's supposed to be. We are all truly different. We all have different genetics. There is no one on this planet who have the same genetics as I do. So it's a proof that we should all be different. And I am not supposed to change because someone is asking me to stop asking questions. I would understand if I'm manipulating. I will understand if I'm taking energy. I will understand, like energy vampires, narcissist. I would understand if I'm always hurting you and the other person just tries to match to me. No, I'm not asking other people to match to me. And I said to her, I have the right to ask whatever I want, and you have the right to answer to whatever questions you want. And if you don't want to answer to any questions, say, I don't want to answer. cool with that. But I am doing it because I want to do it. Because I want to show myself that the world will not collapse because I am asking a question, or because I'm just being who I truly am. And same for you. When you will learn to show yourself to the world, and it means truly loving who you are as a human being, truly seeing yourself, being kind with yourself, talking nicely to yourself. When you love yourself like that, when you accept yourself like that, you will have the courage to be you, no matter what other people will say about you. And trust me, people will love you like that. And the proof is that because you love yourself, finally. So I think to myself, if I finally love myself, more people will love me as well. Like my partner loves me, and I'm who I am with him, and I love him by just being who he is. So it's obviously possible to just love me by being me. Not by doing, not by matching, not by walking on eggshells, just being me. Because it is possible. You are lovable. You are. And it's okay for you to choose yourself, and it's okay for you to say yes to yourself. And I encourage you to do that. And like people have the courage to come to you and tell you that you have to change, have the courage to say, no, I know why I'm doing it, and my intentions are wonderful, and I'm here to make other people shine, and I'm not going to stop it because some people don't want to shine. I will keep making other people shine because that's what's more important for me. To make others shine, to make other people feel seen and loved by just being themselves. This is where I'm focusing. This is where I'm putting my focus on. Some people have a problem with that. As I said, it's not my problem. Same with you. I hope that I helped you today in some way. If I have, please subscribe, like, share with other people, comment what you think, and come and check out the next video. And I wish you to be yourself in this world. Woohoo! Wish you together. Mwah.